The best wireless mouse for long battery life. CPI. 16,000 bar sensor. Optical Hero 16K bar battery. 240 hours 1 bar interface. 24 GHz wireless/Bluetooth bar buttons. 10 bar ergonomic. Right-handed bar weight. 135 G 0.29 lbs. Excellent battery life. A comfortable design. Lots of well-placed buttons. No RGB lighting. No rechargeable battery. At first, we really wanted to knock the Logitech G604 for not having a rechargeable battery, but the fact that we've been regularly gaming for almost a month now at the time of this post and it's not even at 50% capacity is no joke. Logitech claims that the G604 can last 240 hours on a single AA battery, which is pretty impressive. The conveniently placed 6 reprogrammable buttons on the thumb rest work well when playing your favorite MMO or MOBA to map 6 of your favorite skills. Personally, we've been remapping melee on first-person shooters like Apex Legends and it's been a godsend. More importantly, it doesn't feel awkward when actually trying to press those buttons, which is a common oversight in most MMO gaming mice. Our favorite MMO mouse still goes to the Razer Naga Trinity for its swappable side panels, but the G604 comes a close second with its killer battery life and comfy design despite being one of the least flashy gaming mice we've tested. The best gaming mouse to go wireless. CPI. 16,000 bar sensor. Optical Hero 16K bar battery. 40 hours rechargeable bar interface. USB bar buttons. 8 bar ergonomic. Ambidextrous bar weight. 81 G 0.18 lbs. Swappable components. Excellent design. Extremely light. Perceive the G Pro Wireless is peerless when it comes to cord-free pointers. Packing Logitech's excellent 16,000 CPI Hero sensor and the kind of latency-free experience you'd expect from a wired mouse. Sitting just over the 80 G weight mark, it's incredibly light, but unlike some lighter mice, doesn't feel cheap or disposable. Instead, it's crafted of high-quality materials and exhibits performance to match. Logitech designed every component in the G Pro Wireless to be as light and durable as possible, including shaving down the thickness of the chassis sidewalls without sacrificing composition or density. Judging from the multiple hard tumbles the G Pro has survived from my desk, it's a very sturdy piece of kit. It also boasts a length 40 hours of battery life and is customizable, with buttons on the side panels that can be removed and traded out for smooth inserts if that's your preference. You could also pair the G Pro with Logitech's PowerPlay charging mat and never worry about running out of juice again. The only real downside is the price tag. At a $150 MSRP, the G Pro isn't cheap, but it's able to fully justify that cost with quality. The best wireless mouse for big hands. CPI. 16,000 bar sensor. Optical bar interface. USB/24 GHz wireless bar buttons. 11 bar ergonomic. Right-handed bar weight. 114 G 4.02 Oz. Excellent Hero sensor wireless upgrade to a venerable favorite compatible with the PowerPlay charging mat. Expensive. The original G502 has long been a classic, a favorite in circles that prize durability, accuracy, and high performance from their pointers. The refresh not only honors that legacy but actually improves upon it with iterative but substantive changes that elevate a beloved classic to dizzying new heights. Now packing Logitech's reliable 16K Hero sensor, and with a 7-gram reduction in weight over its predecessor, the G502 Lightspeed is also very forward-looking by way of its compatibility with the PowerPlay charging mat. The mat not only charges the mouse on the fly but will actually recognize it and pair it with your PC without requiring the use of a USB dongle. The G502 is also host to a number of other small quality-of-life features like modular weights that can be added or removed to find the perfect hand feel, and a scroll wheel that can be locked to toggle through steps or unlocked to spin freely. It's one of the best wireless mice on the market and priced accordingly, but if you have the cash to spare, the G502 is worth every penny. The best gaming mouse to preserve your wrists. CPI. 4000 bar sensor. Laser bar interface. Wireless or USB bar buttons. 4 bar ergonomic. Vertical. Right-handed bar weight. 135.5 G 0.30 lbs. Extremely comfortable. Fully ergonomic. Works wired through USB-C or wirelessly. Great battery life when wireless. Modest CPI compared to traditional gaming mice. Comfort is one of the most important factors in choosing any mouse, gaming or otherwise, and the Logitech MX Vertical is best in class. Its ergonomic design allows you to comfortably rest your hand in a neutral position, meaning you'll experience virtually no strain, even across marathon sessions. Its top CPI setting 4000 doesn't compete with some of the other gaming mice on this list, but it's still extremely precise, with an excellent laser sensor that provides all the precision you're ever likely to need. You can also unplug it from your machine and run it wirelessly with virtually no input lag, and it's got a killer battery life. Just 3 minutes of charging time will net around an entire day of use. If you don't need a high CPI setting and you really don't just turn up any game's mouse sensitivity setting, the MX Vertical is an awesome mouse that feels like a luxury. And its unique form factor is eye-catching and pleasantly curved, without relying on RGB gimmick lighting for its aesthetic appeal. The best gaming mouse if you need a sky-high CPI 20,000 bar sensor, focus optical bar interface, USB bar buttons, 8 bar ergonomic, ambidextrous bar weight, 158 G 5.6 Oz. Best 20K sensor out there. Long battery life. Gut feel right and left clicks feel flimsy. Fewer programmable buttons than competitors. Expensive. The Razer Viper Ultimate Wireless uses Razer's new Focus Plus optical sensor that jacks up CPI to 20,000, which is higher than any other mouse on this list. The Viper is an incredibly accurate mouse with a 650 IPS rating. How fast you can move the mouse before it loses tracking accuracy, which is a very high ceiling for tracking fast movements and again higher than anything else on this list. The battery runs about 70 hours before needing to recharge on its cute little charging dock, making it perfect for long gaming sessions. Despite having a good weight and feel overall, the buttons themselves feel a bit flimsy when clicked, which keeps it from being higher on the list. It's unfortunate considering the high price and all the other great tech built into the things that rival some of our top picks. That being said, the Viper Ultimate Wireless is a great feeling ambidextrous gaming mouse that's insanely accurate with a good battery life. The best ambidextrous gaming mouse. CPI 12,000 bar sensor, optical bar interface, USB bar buttons, 8 bar ergonomic, ambidextrous bar weight, 92.1 G 0.20 lbs, very light at 92 grams. Gut shape with improved grips and materials may be too small and light for those with larger hands. The updated version of this SteelSeries mainstay, the Sensei 310, subtly reinvented a classic mouse. It needed it. Almost everything is new except the Sensei's ambidextrous shape, and that's exactly how it should be. Thanks to a new plastic, the Sensei is grippier and can shrug off a sweaty palm. And SteelSeries is using its own custom version of one of the best gaming sensors around, ensuring the Sensei 310 won't suffer from any tracking issues. The Sensei 310 fits in your hand just like the old Sensei, and is a great shape for either left or right-handed gamers looking for a mid-sized ambidextrous mouse. That means it has a pair of identical thumb buttons on the left and the right. A common issue for ambidextrous mice, it can be far too easy to accidentally click the wrong side's buttons as you grip with your pinky. In my hours of testing the Sensei 310, that hasn't happened once. The size and shape of the thumb buttons has been tweaked, making it easy to rock your thumb upwards to press them but keeping them out of the way of accidental pinky clicks. Anyone looking for a small, light, or ambidextrous mouse, this should be your first stop. The best gaming mouse for MPS and MMOS. CPI 16,000 bar sensor, optical bar interface, USB bar buttons, 9, 14, or 9 bar ergonomic, right-handed bar weight, 120 G 0.26 lbs. Customizable thumb grip with 3 different button arrays. Buttons feel nice and clicky despite being removable. Design is a bit squat for larger hands. The form and function of Razer's Naga mouse has come a long way over the years. Its latest version, the Naga Trinity, is the best yet. A small, comfortable mouse with a high-quality sensor and 3 interchangeable thumb grips with button arrays, ideal for MPS, MMOS, or general use. The Mobu array is the best, offering 7 buttons in a circle around your thumb. There are enough buttons to map multiple abilities, but not so many that they become an overwhelming samey blob. The 12-button array, designed for MMOS, has that problem for me, but anyone who wants a whole number pad under their thumb will appreciate the option. The Naga Trinity's side panels snap into place with strong magnets and don't wiggle a bit when gaming. Otherwise, the Naga Trinity is the same as the Naga Hex before it, with a comfortable palm grip shape that includes a small pinky rest. The Naga Hex is a bit on the small side for larger hands, with more of a squat shape than some gaming mice. It's comfortable in the relaxed grip suited to MMOs but will still do the job if you play MOBAs, shooters, or any other active games. The best gaming mouse for larger hands. CPI. 18,000 bar sensor. Optical bar interface. USB bar buttons. 7 bar ergonomic. Right-handed bar weight. 105 G 3.7 Oz. Great, comfortable fit for larger hand, shyly responsive with tactile buttons, feels a bit heavy for a wired mouse with no adjustable weights. The Ironclaw is the best mouse we've tested for gamers with larger hands. While its design encompasses a strange blend of materials, from smooth matte plastic on the buttons to the diamond print grippy rubber sides to the unique wavy rubber on the scroll wheel, each conforms well to its function on the mouse. Instead of a single cohesive material, Corsair has designated one to suit each panel individually, which adds to the excellent overall fit of the mouse to make it feel really cozy gliding over your mouse pad. Its domed and curved fit perfectly in the palm of right-handed gamers, and is one of the best feeling mice to grip I've ever tested. It does feel a bit weighty, particularly for a wireless mouse that doesn't require a discrete battery, and unfortunately doesn't offer customizable weights. While that means the Ironclaw feels just a hair more cumbersome than other, lighter wired mice, it also makes the mouse feel more significant and substantial. The RGB lighting is slick and understated, exactly the way I like it, and the unit can be fully customized through Corsair's Iku software, including the option to calibrate your mouse to the surface on which you're using it. While Iku isn't the most intuitive software suite I've ever used, it does offer a comprehensive set of customization options. The best budget gaming mouse. CPI. 8000 bar sensor. Optical bar interface. USB bar buttons. 6 bar ergonomic. Right-handed bar weight. 85 G 3.0 Oz. Logitech build quality in a cheap mouse eager shape for those who like smaller mitch. Not the best sensor. You can find a lot of decent, no-name brand gaming mice on Amazon for less than $20, but it's worth spending just a little more for the Logitech G203 Prodigy, also called the G102 in some regions. With this mouse you get Logitech's fantastic, reliable build quality, good gaming driver software, and a tried and true mouse shape. Since its popular G100s years ago, Logitech has released several mice with a nearly identical small, almost ambidextrous body, and it remains a comfortable mouse great for the active grip of FPS or MOBA players. And the G203 is damn cheap. The G203 Prodigy doesn't use Logitech's top-end sensor, but testing has shown that the Mercury sensor developed by Logitech in this mouse is so good, you probably won't notice the difference. It supports up to 8000 CPI and has no issue with jitter or acceleration. Unless you need insanely high CPI settings, the G203 is a killer mouse for a budget price. And if you decide you really like the shape and can spend a bit more, consider a step up to the which does include that top-of-the-line sensor. The best gaming mouse for most gamers. CPI. 16,000 bar sensor. Optical bar interface. USB bar buttons. 6 bar ergonomic. Right-handed bar weight. 105 G 0.23 lbs. Pros rivals the best gaming mouse sensor available. Ideal shape for palm or claw grips and a variety of hand sizes. Cons. Driver software requires a sign in the Razer. Deathadder has an all-around fantastic shape for all sorts of grips and hand sizes, and I've spent hundreds of hours playing games, using Photoshop, and browsing the internet with it. Despite years of iterations, Razer never messes with the Deathadder's shape. There's no reason to. The Deathadder Elite uses a 16,000 CPI optical sensor, but big numbers don't necessarily mean quality. Here's the important bit. For the Elite, Razer chose a sensor based on the PMW 3389 developed by sensor company Pixart in collaboration with Logitech, which is easily one of the best mouse sensors available with 99.4% resolution accuracy and a 450 inches per second, or IPS, rating how fast you can move the mouse before it loses tracking accuracy. Razer's implementation should deliver flawless tracking, even if you move the mouse as fast as you can. For the majority of games and gamers, the Deathadder Elite is an amazing mouse. It's simple where it should be, with two perfectly placed, generously sized thumb buttons, has a great optical mouse sensor that will work on both hard and cloth pads, and has the ultimate body shape for a claw or hybrid claw/palm grip.